able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. And so will I. This is Becoming Iron Man, episode 6. This is my Iron Man suit so far. So right off the bat, this suit itself is going to be bigger, heavier, wider, and more durable than this suit ever would be. I mean, this thing is going to be the best suit I've ever designed. I did the exact same thing I did in 2020 where I laid all the parts out and I have kind of a rough idea of the dimensions of the suit, how big, how tall. And I mean, this thing, right off the bat, is going to be extremely durable. I mean, you have a solid steel chassis right here in the abdomen and the chest. I mean, this thing is going to be an absolute monster to wear, and I honestly can't wait. I'm going to be starting the building process today and posting daily vlogs on the updates of the suit and as all of my other business ventures as well, because I'm doing my own company right now, which is a whole nother rabbit hole. But make sure to follow me on all social media, guys. This is very important. I'm really becoming the real life Tony Stark every single day. So make sure to go follow me, guys. Stay tuned. Thank you. Oh, you thought that was the whole vlog? Well, this is actually just the beginning, because my vlogs from now on are going to be separated into segments. So basically, the first segment is going to start off with how I'm doing on the Iron Man suit. The second segment is going to be my daily educational videos, which is basically just the stuff I'm learning day by day to expand my knowledge and my craft. And then the third segment is going to be going into my business venture, which is very, very important because I'm really trying to become the real life Tony Stark. So what's Tony Stark without his company? And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Okay, so don't mind all my crap in here, but in this cabinet, I have had books that I have been meaning to read for like years. So we're going to dig these out because it's about time I learned something new and build on my knowledge, because I know quite a bit about, electronics and mechanics and stuff, but I don't know everything, and that kind of bothers me, because if I want to be the real Tony Stark, I have to be smarter than I am now. So let's be smarter and start reading some books. That is the absolute best way to start. I've literally had these books, some of them since high school. So I just never read them. I've literally had them in my bedroom, in my kitchen. Just haven't cared enough to actually dig them out. So I've been meaning to do this for a long time, and I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm just going to dig them all out and just start with one. So basic electricity, which, oh my god, I love it. I have a sticky note. This sticky note I put here back during the pandemic in 2020. That is crazy. That's where I left off 5 years ago. I would have been so smart if I'd read all this in 5 years. Holy crap. Alright, anyway, it's okay. Yes. All these babies. This is what we need. This is going to be a nice, big stack of books that have literally been here for years. That are from my old house that I just never got to reading. All my notes. Oh my goodness. I literally started reading in 2020, in February. Again, same thing I'm doing now. I wanted to get smarter, and then COVID happened, and then, it was just a mess. So I just stopped reading, and I literally haven't picked it up ever since, so. And that is a shame, because I could have learned so much by now in 5 years. But that's okay, because, it's never too late, I still have my eyes. I still have all these books, so might as well just start now. Look at all these books over here. I've literally had most of these since 2020. I don't think I've bought a single one since then. And it just bothers me, because, I could have read all this in the last 5 years, but I didn't. So we're going to start reading these, starting with one of these electronics books, because I need to learn more about electronics and Arduino in particular. So we'll probably start with this one right here. Alrighty, so the third part of my vlogs from now on are going to be my business. So what's basically going on with my business? What even is my business? So originally my business started out as a social media marketing agency, which I'm still looking into, and I still want to keep doing that. But I also have a business that I'm launching on Tuesday, which is going to be, I think, the most life-changing experience I will have ever embarked on. I seriously think that what's going to happen on Tuesday, which please keep an eye out for my content, because it's going to be a major drop. Groundbreaking. Definitely the biggest thing I've ever done in my life, and luckily I do have a partner to help me with it, so we're going to be working together to make sure that this comes together, and it's going to be big. So that's going to basically be the crux of my business, because from that I'm going to launch a lot of my other brands within that business. So It's gonna be crazy. So the third part of my vlogs will always be talking about my business, and then the last part of my vlogs will be talking about and showing off my physicality. So basically, how I'm gonna be, building up my body and my muscle, because this suit is gonna be so heavy. I'm not gonna be able to don it without like getting at least a little bit more muscle mass. Like the exoskeletal features of the suit will allow me to have the weight, transferred, properly through joints and systems, but it's still going to be heavy. And, I've had the same body basically since like high school, which I'm not afraid to admit. Like, it is what it is, But I want to change that this year. It's something I wanted to do last year and the year before. And I'm going to try it again this year and, make a commitment. So that's another part of these vlogs. So it's going to be like four really main parts of these vlogs. At least for now. Maybe like the fifth will be like traveling or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, so I'm because I realized like after vlog 5 that like, okay, I'm not doing these vlogs like how I originally wanted to do them, where like I have them split up into segments and like different different parts, and I just like was like rushing it and just recording like one basically like a one video, like one like 2-minute video, and then posting it. And like I don't know, the last 5 vlogs, like I think it's been hard because I've been so busy, working on my business and working on these partnerships and my agency and everything. It's been so hard to work on that and then, work on this. And keep in mind too, like I'm in my shed and I've had no heating in here. Like I have my furnace, thank God, which saved me actually quite a bit this winter, which I built that last fall. But it's still hard because I have to make sure that I have to be here for the cool down period, which is like 8 hours. That way, like, I don't risk having my shed burned down, because that's like that would be, horrific. So, even if like, even with having a furnace, like now there's like the responsibility of like, okay, if I'm going to build today, I have to make sure I'm going to be around like in the house for like 8 hours, and it's just like, it's been really tricky. And it's prevented me from like working on the suit, for like the last few months. So yeah, so that's just where I'm at. Now the weather's getting nicer. Now like, it's April 6th today. So the weather's nicer. I'm not gonna have to use my furnaces nearly as much, if not at all now. Now I have a rough suit layout, so I can actually really start working on the suit. I have my camera system. I have all the phones I need. So I have basically everything I need now. This is kind of like a rough layout. I showed you guys the update of the suit. And then I showed you guys my books I'm going to start reading, which is all part of the journey. And then the business aspect, which is this part. And then the physicality, which would be the last. So yeah, so it's going to be a wild ride. I'm like so beyond excited to do this. I guess I'm just going to stop talking about it and just do it. That's like, that's like it's so easy to talk about something for like, months and years. And it's just like, but doing it is like, that's the real challenge. But I have all the parts I need to do this. Like I have all the parts, I have all the tools now. I would prefer to have a sandblaster just because like some of these parts are really rusty and I like to preserve them, but at the same time, like I don't have money for a sandblaster. So, it is what it is. But yeah, so, anyway, that's it for this vlog. I will see you guys in vlog 7, which I'll probably drop on Tuesday. That's going to be, well, actually, maybe I'll do a vlog tomorrow. I might do a vlog tomorrow, actually. Yeah, I think I will. I think I want vlog number 8 to be the big one. Yeah, okay. All right, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you guys later.